Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Everyone, welcome back. So a lot of new glossy lip tints came out recently. I've been getting a lot of questions comparing them with each other, so I decided to do an updated glossy lip tint comparison review. I have a total of 7 lip tints, some of them which I previously reviewed. A lot has definitely changed. I have new favorites as well. I also tried to choose a similar shade for all these lip tints just so you can see the gloss effect instead of the shade color. I tried my best, but there's coral and pink shades, a little bit of a fuchsia. But if you're interested in the shade color, I will add it down below in the description box. I'm going to be doing a transfer test for all of these. Let's go ahead and get started. The order of these are going to be by brand and also stain. First off, we have Rom&nd's Glasting Melting Balm. This is the new shade that recently came out for 2023, number 8, Coralia. We're starting off with this one because it has the least stain out of all these lip tints. However, for the formula, out of all these lip tints, this has the thickest formula. So it has this waxy thick formula. It does get a little stringy, so you will have to blot out excess product. Quite pigmented, you can build up the color, and really moisturizing. It smells sweet but not overbearing. It's a melting balm, so it does melt onto your lips while you're applying it. It makes it easy to blend and build up the color. Although it doesn't have much of a stain, the gloss effect is really good. It has more of a glazed dewy finish. Out of all these products, I would say it's in the top 4 for a gloss effect. This is also really good to apply on top of other lip colors, so I like to apply this on top to add a glossy look. If you're looking for a moisturizing one, this is probably the most moisturizing. Next up, we have Rom&nd's Juicy Lasting Tint. This is also a new shade that came out in 2023. It is number 31, Beige Apricot. It smells really sweet, probably one of the sweetest scent out of all these lip tints. I'm not sure if it depends on the shade, but the stain is not really good for this shade, which is lighter. Really buildable, has a gel-like formula. Like the name says, it gives you a juicy pout. Sort of gives you that watery glazed-like effect. It's not glazed-like as the first one, but you will be able to see the gloss effect. The longer you wear, the better the stain, but usually I find that it lasts me about 3 to 4 hours, depending on if I'm drinking water or eating. The last Rom&nd product, we have the Dewyful Water Tint. This is in shade number 1 in Coral. This product has been a lot of my videos, favorites, and whatnot. This one is very subtle. I haven't used this shade a lot, but it smells a little bit like soap. This one feels lighter than the previous. It has a lighter formula than the previous one. It's also more lightweight. However, it's still quite moisturizing. Really buildable as well. Pigmented stain. I also like to apply this on top of other lip colors to give it a glossy look. For the finish, this gives more of a dewy, watery finish instead of a glazed look. Excuse the noise outside. Next up, we have Peripera's Ink Mood Glowy Tint. This is in the shade number 1. This was one of my favorites for a very long time. You have a shea butter scent. It's very buildable. It also has a really good stain as well. I've talked about it before, but it has a similar formula to the previous one, the Dewyful Water Tint. From Rom&nd. Very moisturizing. It is more of a thick formula, but it's not as thick as the Glasting Melting Balm. However, it has a lot of moisturization. Very moisturizing, never dries out my lips. The finish is also really good. It has a really good dewy gloss finish. Out of all these lip tints, this is the best to apply on top of other lip products. Looks really seamless, blends in really well. It doesn't have any buildup. It's really easy to apply on top of other lip colors and create that gloss finish. If you don't have a mirror, you can just blend it with your lips and you should be fine. It should give you soft edges. Out of all these products, this has the best watery dewy finish. Next up is Peripera's Water Bear Tint. This is in the shade number 1, Warming Out. For this scent, it smells quite sweet. The Juicy Lasting Tint has the sweetest and strongest scent, and then Peripera's will be the second one. For this formula, it does have a little bit of a gel-like formula, but it is more lightweight. Semi-moisturizing, I wouldn't rely completely on this for moisture. Sort of gives a semi-glazed, semi-glistening finish. Also really buildable. Gives a very soft look. Next up, we have Amuse's Dew Lip Tint. This is in the shade 13, Dew Boksoonga. For this scent, it does smell sweet. It smells like peach. You will be able to smell it when you apply on your lips, but it's not as strong as the other sweet lip tints that I was talking about earlier. I wasn't going to include this lip tint because it is a little bit pricey. However, the finish looks really good. A little bit of a gel-like formula, but it's more watery. It has a watery oil-like formula. It does have 35% of moisture. It sort of has this oil-like formula. Out of all these products, this has the best blurring effect. It just fills in cracks really well, which gives you that beautiful juicy pout. This also has a glistening gloss finish, and because of its water content, it is quite moisturizing. Feels very lightweight. The stain is also really good as well. Last but not least, we have Etude House's Glow Fixing Tint. This recently came out, and this is in the shade number 3, Dewy Fig. This is currently my favorite glossy lip tint. This has 30% of water. For the scent, it's not strong. It's very subtle. This also has a really good stain. Really similar to Amuse's Dew Tint. Sort of has this oil-like formula, which is very lightweight. When you swatch it on your arm, you probably won't see much of a gloss finish. It looks shiny, but you don't really see much of a reflection. However, it's different when you apply on your lips. When you apply it first on your lips, it kind of just looks like a very subtle dewy look. However, you have to wait a few seconds for it to settle on your lips. Once you do, you'll start to see the gloss effect start to show more and more. Sort of has a similar finish to Amuse's Dew Tint. It gives this glistening dewy finish, gives a beautiful gloss effect, creates a very beautiful and seamless gloss finish, makes your lips look really plump and moisturized. Also has a really good stain and really buildable. This can last me 6 to 8 hours depending on drinking and eating. It also can turn into a red stain if it touches water, so that's why I have this really red stain on my lips right now. This one is a little bit more tricky to apply on top of other lip colors because it takes a few seconds for it to get that gloss finish. Sometimes before that, it can mix in with the previous lip color and the formula, so it might look a little bit powdery or there might be a little bit of a buildup, but you just have to choose and pair it well. Also mask proof as well, and even if you blot it with your mask, you will still get a little bit of that gloss. It's actually sold out right now on Olive Young, the Korean website, except for shade number 1. I can definitely see more shades coming for this collection and looking forward to it. Comparing Etude Houses with Peripera's Water Beer, I would say the formulas are quite different. Etude Houses has more of an oil-like formula, and Peripera's has more of a semi-gel finish. Etude Houses has more of a glistening watery finish. For Peripera's Water Beer, it has more of a subtle glistening finish, not as glossy as Etude House's. All of these have really good formulas. It all depends on what shade you like, what formula fits you better, the moisturization, and what kind of layering you like to do. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.